Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Cookie Chat. I think we're gonna have a pretty good episode. I got a lot of things to talk about. My 21st birthday was on the 21st. Today's 25th, so got some stories to tell you. Let me see. I don't think we're gonna want to pop these. No, we don't. Not much is gonna be happening on the cookie front this week. Um, so before we get into all the stories, let's knock out the channel stuff real quick. Um, Obviously, I'd fallen a bit behind on Alien just because I was at a part I didn't really want to do, and stuff just kept popping up. But I did record. This is basically what I record today. It's time to duels. These two are episodes of Resident Evil 4. These were sound tests, and these three were Alien Isolation. So I've had a fairly productive night. Connor came over. He recorded the It's Time to Duel and Resident Evil 4 with me. Just helping me coach, making my Shadow deck better. All that. Got the Resident Evils and the It's Time to Duels going up right now. So, yeah, that should be good. As far as 21st birthday news, I had requested the 21st, my birthday, and the 22nd, day after, off. I only got my birthday. But so I got off work that night. I got home at around 10:15. Immediately just started. I had this really, really special vodka. 2 shots worth exactly. It's like kept in a skull bottle. And I had that just as shots. It was just some delicious vodka, and I usually drink Grey Goose, which isn't bad, which is pretty damn good stuff. But this stuff was really good, and I started, I was tired. It was a long day at work. I wanted to stay up and enjoy my legal drinking. Well, it was pretty close to legal, so I had 2 monsters with vodka. Then I didn't have enough monster for a full monster of vodka. So I did Monster Vodka and Blue Powerade, which is actually pretty awesome and had a really nice blue color to it. Looked good. Um, and I had, I think, a couple screwdrivers or... I don't know. I had probably more drinks than I should have had that night. And I was a little hungover the next day. And it was just about going over by the time we got to where we were going to eat a place called Jake's, which has a pretty nice bar. I had a Dirty Shirley. I had that recommended to me. I just didn't like it. It just tasted like a bad Shirley Temple, you know. And I don't mind the taste of alcohol. I was drinking it, and it just made me think. I really just wish I was drinking a Shirley Temple right now, because it's just enough of the flavor to tease me, you know. But then I always fall back on good old Total Biscuit's advice, and he's a big fan of Moscow Mules, which is I had the recipe open. Is there a thing? I had the recipe open. Okay, that's the recipe for a Moscow Mule: ginger beer, vodka, lime juice in a copper mug, because the copper mug oxidizes and it enhances the flavor. And it's really, really good. And I had a couple varieties at Jake's. Of the three, I had two. They had like a huckleberry vodka, which I had it with it, and I didn't like it at first, but it kind of grew on me. Then I tried the regular. It wasn't a huge difference, just the huckleberry was a little better. It was really good though, so I ended up having 3 of those. Us Montanans, we love our huckleberry. It's so good. Huckleberry is the best berry, trust me. You haven't lived till you've had huckleberry ice cream. It's just when I had Will come out and he visited a few years ago, we drove up to Red Lodge, which is kind of a small ski/tourist town, and they have this place called the Red Boxcar, which is just like an old train boxcar that they took off the rails, put on a hill, made into a restaurant, and they had soft serve huckleberry ice cream, and oh, that was just amazing. And just yeah, Red Lodge, Montana, one of the best towns you can go to. Only one bad thing about it is people there are kind of on the take it easy. Like most places, service is kind of slow because it's a slow going, kind of relaxed town. and they have sales tax. Montana doesn't have sales tax, but since that town relies so heavily on tourists, that it's either the county or the city. Doesn't really matter that much. There's not much out of the, well, I guess the ski mountains outside of the, so it's probably the county. The county has like a 7% sales tax. I might just be pulling that out of my ass. Why don't we find out? Okay. Well, looks like I'd have to go into some sites to find out. I don't know, Red Lodge is probably not a big enough place to have that just pop up on the side when you Google it, like a Moscow Mule. Let me think. So, we ordered our dinner, which was good, but dinner took a long time that night. Which, I've had two bad things happen to me. Years ago, I had my birthday at the same restaurant, Jake's, and dinner took forever to make. And they just kept giving me drinks, just Mountain Dew. But, you know, I had like 8 Mountain Dews that night, and it actually made me hungover the next day. That was one of the worst days of my life. I was at school all day, miserable, wanting to die. I mean, soda can do that to you. And it was just bad. So the same kind of thing happened, you know? Except, you know, I'm smart enough to take it easy. You know, I had good company around me. I wasn't just a kid, you know, trying to drown out the adults. So I had a few Moscow Mules. You know, people wanted to buy me a few shots. Not the bartender, the waiter, think, oh, you know, try something, huh? You know, they wanted to give me something tricky. So they gave me one of these, which is a Prairie Fire Tequila and Tabasco. And before I had gone out for my 21st, you know, I researched, I want to know some good things to try. I had come across the Prairie Fire in my research. So when the waiter went out thinking he was all clever going to get me, I was like, I don't think so. I don't think so. So he brought it back. It looked like tequila with a little red in it, so I figured I knew what it was. And I was like, you think you're going to get me. But I can just take this all at once, and then it won't even matter, because I'm going to take it all at once, won't even taste it, it'll be great. But then, I may have inhaled the last bit of it, and you don't want to inhale Tabasco, it kind of hurts. Let's see, I actually have a video of that happening. Robin, it should be in your videos. Would videos be in photos? Let's check photos. Oh, come on, Robin. This is my dad's girlfriend. She must. I know she took it. I've seen it. I have seen it. Oh, I guess. For some reason, I thought all these plates looked like a drum set.
I got the video going.
Oh, okay.
You need to try again?
I got the video going.
The moment of my shame. Wow, this is really bad quality.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Down the hatch. Happy birthday.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
That's where I nailed it. That's where I nailed it. It was, not so great. You know, it turns out inhaling Tabasco kind of fucking hurts. So, that's what happened. It fucking hurt. Let's see, what else? And then afterwards, you know, they asked me, hey, you want to try something? Like, yeah, I do. Get me a Four Horsemen. Which is this. And I had heard about this, and I figured it can't be that bad. There's nothing, it's just liquor, you know? There's nothing spicy, there's nothing intense. It's just liquor. I mean, at the end of the day, you can just drink it, and it'll be fine. I got my grandma to drink it with me, and this is actually good. It's a really full shot, though. Like, other people had ordered shots, too. They were having, like, Grey Goose vodka with a hint of grape, and theirs was like half the shot mine was. Like, mine was almost spilling. I took that with my grandma, and that was actually pretty good. And then afterwards, dinner finally came. We ate, I had the last cut of prime rib they had there with some lobster, garlic mashed potatoes, which were pretty good. God, what else? Got gifts, had red velvet ice cream cake, which was pretty good. I was proud of myself. I remember almost the entire night. It's just, the details, like, I remember pretty much all the gifts I got, but who got them for me is a little fuzzy. So we finished up eating. We went bowling because I really wanted to go bowling. I still stayed above 100 till my last game, but that's just because my game fell apart. I still had my spin and everything, but my dad just kept buying me drinks at the bowling alley. He was just buying me simple stuff like orange juice, pineapple juice, and vodka. And so that was good, and I think we left the bowling alley a little after midnight. They let us stay just a couple minutes past close because, we had to finish up our game. And, got home. One of my gifts had been like 3-4 expansions of Cards Against Humanity. So I figured, hey, let's play a few hands of Cards Against Humanity. And my friend Connor had had gifted me with Mike's Hard Lemonade for my birthday, and he's like, he wanted to have one with me or play. I'm like, and I can't deny my friend. It's a bro thing. You can't do that. So I had like 60% of one. He had like less than half. That might have been a mistake. So by 1 o'clock, well, I can't say we cleaned up the game. It's still a mess out there. I had today and tomorrow off. I'll probably deal with it tomorrow. Oh, yay. Let me just focus on pressing my buttons real quick. Okay. So by 1 o'clock, we were done playing. I was in bed. All good. Having a little bit of a hard time getting comfortable in bed, but whatever. So all of a sudden I'm laying on my back and my stomach starts feeling a little uncomfortable. And then it just like, after a while, I'm like, should I go into the bathroom? Like, just sit in front of the toilet? But like, nah, I don't want to do that. But eventually I just sit upright in bed and throw up all over my comforter. Which, a lot. And it was, because I had red velvet cake, it looked really red. So I ended up just balling up my comforter, shaking it outside, throwing it downstairs in the wash, and it got through my sheets and through my mattress pad. But luckily my mattress pad has a layer of plastic on it to prevent things like that from happening. So my mattress was still good, so I just grabbed another blanket and laid back down. All's good. Until I threw up again. Nothing there to protect it that time. So then, I figure, well, I guess I gotta go to the couch now. I'm not dealing with this now. I go lay on the couch for an hour or two, and then I realize I have a guest room here. I'm so used to my dad's friend Kenny taking up the guest room on Saturday night, I kind of forget that's even an option. So I went down there and slept in the guest bed, which was really comfortable. I didn't know my guest bed was that comfortable. And ended up waking up for work, was still feeling a little ill, like I could throw up. So I called in sick. No one answered the phone. Like, I got routed to my department. I know I called the right number, and I got routed to the right department. And I stayed on the line for a few minutes. I'm not feeling so good. I don't want to just be standing up on the phone. So after a few minutes, I just hang up, and I send text to 3 people who I know are working. And then I go back to sleep. I charge my phone in my room, say, well, whatever happens, happens, because I'm not going to work today. So I go downstairs and I sleep till about 5 p.m. I wake up and my phone's all, just full of things that were stressing me out. So I was stressing out all day about that. It ended up being not as bad as I thought. I could have gotten a write-up. My manager told me, but the store director was busy. He had a million things on his mind. He actually said, I was upstairs catching up on some training that I should have done 7 months ago that I never had time for. He comes up behind me, says, Chris! And I just, freeze, like deer in headlights. Like, oh, I see you're doing the computer training. How's that coming? I'm like, oh, it's going real good, Dan. It's going real good. How are you, Dan? Oh, I'm good. I'm like, oh, that's fantastic, Dan. It's real good to hear that. So he must have forgotten all about it, or he just doesn't care. Either way, I can deal with a write-up, but I've heard write-up stories before where basically your manager takes you up to the store director, Dan, and they basically spend 5 minutes dressing you down. Just down talking. And personally, that's the thing that I hate the most. I just hate that kind of thing. Getting talked to about that. And, it's not even technically a write-up, because to technically give someone a write-up, your union rep has to be involved. So what they do is they fill it right out for them, give it to you. It's just not technical. It's not real. But that means you don't have your union rep backing you up when you're getting yelled at. So it's just you versus them, and it's just not good. I mean, I talked with my manager about it. She was mad, but she's like, "Oh, Chris, I didn't hear the phone ring. Like, I was here all day. I would have heard that phone ring, Chris." I talked to other people. Other people heard it ring. So she didn't believe me. Whatever, though. It worked out. It was also a problem because 2 other people called in that day. Luckily, they were morning people, so... And I talked to the closing people. They still got out at 8:45. Closing is scheduled till 9. They were fine. So, yeah. It worked out. It's just... The biggest punishment I got from it is I spent all day the day after my birthday just stressing about what I was going to walk into next day. Like, are people going to hate me? Am I going to get in huge trouble? Am I going to get yelled at? I just really don't like getting yelled at. It's just something I'm not a fan of. Something else that kind of taught me a lesson about drinking. It might have a lot to do with the fact that I drank 2 days in a row. My legs. About the time I went and laid down on the couch that night, my legs started really hurting, like where the thigh muscles are. And I figured it was just because I was on the couch, you know. My legs I might be bending my legs in an uncomfortable way. I might just, sometimes your muscles just won't relax and it causes pain. I figured it might be one of those things. So by the time I'm down on the guest bed, I still can't get my legs to stop hurting. And then I went to work the next day, or day after. My legs are still killing me. Like, getting up and in bed, one of the most painful things in the world. Same with getting in my car. Absolutely painful. Bending down to pick something I dropped, excruciatingly painful. And someone I work with, who is an ex-alcoholic, ex-bartender, all that, she was telling me what I probably had was minor alcohol poisoning, and I can't remember the exact science behind it, but basically it can cause certain muscles of your back or stuff like that to just become really, really sore for a few days because it just has a bunch of crap put in it. That's what I was dealing with. Like, there was times I was walking and one of my legs would just give out and I'd have to catch myself. It was just really painful. It was a rough day at work, I'll tell you that. Let's see. Yeah, it feels good getting all that out. Let me see. I think I covered everything that stemmed from my 21st birthday. I can tell you I don't really feel like touching alcohol again. I opened up Mike's earlier just because I kind of wanted something to drink. It's not even an alcohol thing. It's just they're kind of like a soda, But they just tasted disgusting. And I like Mike's. But that particular Mike's tasted disgusting at that moment. Because when you do something like that to your body tends to not want you to do it more. What else is going on? Oh, I'm sure there's something. There's gotta be something. When it saves, I don't think I'm close, but since I did get that Elder Frenzy, let's see what we got. That's it? That's not much more. That's not much more. Yeah. I mean, I got some good news at work that day. Some stuff I can't talk about, but good news happened. I might make an episode about it one day. It'd be kind of nice. Oh God, what else happened? Nothing, I guess. I mean, for as far as right now goes, I'm about to... I think I'm going to record some more Final Fantasy VII. I gotta really get into that game. I got a little stuck last time. I mean, I'm not completely stuck. I just didn't exhaust all my options as far as where I could go. I really don't like it when it comes to that in games where you get stuck, not because you can't beat the challenge, but because you don't know where to go. I'm hoping once the game actually gets going, because you know how these JRPGs are, there's like a pretty long section where you're just kind of doing the stuff, It just wants you to here's some story, here's some story, here's some story, do some token little fun. I mean, it hasn't really given me the reins yet. When it does, I think it'll be easier. I hope, at least as far as that kind of thing goes. Well, I just want to talk about one little idea I was toying with. I ultimately figured it was a bad idea, and I'll explain why. I was considering kind of replacing Cookie Chat and doing like a Minecraft kind of vlog thing, because I really like Minecraft, but starting a Minecraft Let's Play is up there with starting a Skyrim Let's Play. It's never gonna end. Hell, Minecraft will probably end before Skyrim. It's just, you only have so much time to record so many things, and that's just like a huge dedication. And I figured, I need like a vlog kind of thing. Maybe I could do Minecraft, but Minecraft is a lot more involved than Cookie Clicker, and I'd probably end up talking a lot more about the actual game than a third. Like, Cookie Chat format is supposed to be third cookies, third life, third channel. Admittedly, the ratio's not quite that on, but I'd probably talk way more about the game. I don't think the thirds would get up, and it's nice being able to just go and Google things and show things on the internet for references and stuff. It's useful. It's useful. Alright, now I feel good about that. I think we've filled enough. Not that this should be filled, or just, I don't know, I figured I'd have a lot more to talk about for my 21st birthday edition. Oh well. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the cookies, people. They're real good.